Morning, welcome back. Look, we've got sunshine today. Over there. Welcome, much needed, much needed. And it's quite surprising even how my pond in the yard is dropping down. It's quickly dropped quite considerably in the last couple of days, so that's maybe a good sign that things are improving. So, right, I'm trucking today. We're on the way to pick up some machinery, well, move some machinery and then pick up some machinery. So, keep it in. Nice John Deere sitting there. Two of which are going out to a local farmer contractor this morning. Got a bit of sun. Yeah, it's quite nice. We're actually getting a lot more local people, but the hire business is certainly growing locally. Though we do hire nationwide and always have done, we're certainly finding that we're picking up a lot more local farmers and contractors, which is really, really nice. And I have to say, a lot of it is through the knowledge of the YouTube that people watch us on YouTube. So for all those people that do watch us on YouTube and are using our services, thank you kindly. It does mean so much. So right, let's go lorry driving. Okay, so while I was driving, I thought maybe I might just tell you a little bit about when I was a very young boy, and where the kind of adventures, you call it what you will, began. I was very lucky as a young boy where I lived at home in Redcar in Seymour in Kent. I lived with my mother and my sister, but I had next door, I had my grandparents, and I was incredibly fond of my grandparents, incredibly. And I spent all my time as a young boy with Grandad. And Nan and Grandad had a small farm, and they had pigs and everything else. And I think, but the pigs they sort of retired out of when I was quite young. But I do remember the pigs, and I remember being out with Grandad, and yeah, fond memories, lovely memories. You know, yeah, can't buy those. And anyway, my nan was quite a passionate gardener, and she had two greenhouses in her garden. And she was passionate. She enjoyed growing things, and she would so. Whilst I was at primary school, I started to grow plants and sell them. I'm not just talking one or two. I got quite into it, and I would buy packaged seeds. And I always remember like the first week of March, the bedding plants, and we'd grow them. And I bought myself some. They were called Aladdin greenhouse heaters. We put paraffin in, and I'd go up to the local garage and buy like 20 gallons of paraffin a week. And I'd put in the heaters, and I'd grow plants, and I'd sell them. And it sort of worked really well. It did really well. And we would grow. I'd grow, you know, sort of hundreds of tomato plants. I'd grow loads of trays of bedding plants. And I'd sit there and put them all out, grow them in seeds, and put them into trays and sell them. I was seriously got into a very, very early age. Even at primary school, I produced a catalogue that I would pass around to teachers, and they would place orders for plants and all sorts of things. And then when I went to school in the mornings, I'd take in trays of plants and sell to teachers, and it worked. Wallflowers, I'd grow thousands of wallflowers, and yeah, I was quite into it. And I always remember a very fond memory that Grandad and my mother took me to a garden shed greenhouse place sort of thing down near Ashford in Kent, and I didn't know any of this till I got there. Hang on. So right, sorry, where were we? The phone never stopped, so sorry about the interruptions. Right, so Grandad and my mum took me to this garden shed greenhouse type place. It was called Capability Grounds, and I was probably 7, 8 years old, possibly 9. That sort of age group anyway. And they bought me a greenhouse, my own greenhouse. It was a 6x8 Eden greenhouse. Okay, I think it still stands in my mum's garden today. And me and my granddad, we assembled it all, and we put it all up, and had my own greenhouse. I was over the moon. And it cost somewhere in the region of about £89. I think, from memory, £89.95. Okay, that was complete. That was a glass and all of it. Okay. And anyway, so over the next, I think it was like 6 or 8 months, I paid my granddad back for it. My granddad bought it, and it wasn't a gift. Well, I don't know. I don't saying that. I never assumed it was a gift. So as I sold plants, I keep paying granddad back a £5 here and a £5 there, and the granddad had a little book, and they wrote it all down, and I paid it off. And yeah, it was a nice thing to do. And I was over the moon that they'd taught me that kindly to go and do that for me. So my nan and granddad were lovely. Nan and granddad, no, yeah. What would we all give for another chat with nan and granddad, eh? And there we go. So anyway, so yeah, we grew plants, and it sort of grew and grew. We started seeing lots and lots of plants. And oh, hang on, we're just going over a bridge here, and got the man in the front of me in the car. Is it a Ford Kia? He's getting out of the way for you. Bless him. That was kind of him, wasn't it? So yeah, the plants grew, and I bought more greenhouses, and I had more and more and more. I had a sort of a garden on the farm where granddad cultivated it all up, and I used to grow plants, and I'd grow cut flowers, and I would send plants into Maidstone Market. And for the older people that watch this, remember Maidstone Market, there was an auctioneer there called BJ Norris, and he'd have a weekly auction of veg, fruit and plants, and most weeks I sent stuff into there, and we get paid out for it. So yeah, there you go, a little bit of insight of Michael in his very early years of always trying to do better and always trying to be self-sufficient. So there's another man in a van just gone past there. I think he's on a mission. Some of these drivers and these country lanes really ought to spend a day in this lorry. There we go. Anyway, there's an insight into Michael, young years. Made it very interesting, but I thought, well, the more you know about what we do and how we've got here, it's all good. So anyway, I'll crack on now to Ritchie Brothers. Then we've got Ritchie Brothers top man here loading. I said we've got Ritchie Brothers top man here loading. Chap there's loaded me up, very helpful chap, very willing, and we certainly got a good load on, so thumbs up to my mate there, he did a good job there. So right, just down a minute, get all strapped on now. No way was I coming back here to get more. It was going on. It was going on. Right, so we're loaded at Ritchie Brothers. We're gonna head on out the gate. And there's an awful lot of machinery here one way and another. Not quite sure which of it's for the next sale and which of it's for the sale just gone. But yeah. Another Sunbelt machinery just arriving. yard's a bit bumpy here, a bit like my drive, really. Right, we made it home with our load, and it's a work of art sometimes getting all this stuff on the lorry, and it's all on there. It never moved. Years ago we've been pulled by DVSA several times having loads that look awful, and I have to say that every time we've been pulled we've been very lucky that they go around it and check all the straps, and they're like, no, it's fair enough, it just looks odd. And this is probably almost one of them loads that looks very odd, but it's all there, it hasn't moved, it's as tight, and all the straps are as tight as can be when we get home. So and again, if you put this in the curtain side, you'd never see it. It's just the fact that it's on a flatbed trailer. So anyway, I'll show you my load. There you go, stuff stacked on stuff. But it's all on there, nothing moved. So just looks probably a bit odd really, but there we go, it's all on there. Yeah, so it all made it home in one piece and never moved. So quick refurb and get these things away again. Right, we just come in the workshop. I'm going to film Chris now.
Yeah, of course.
How are we doing, Chris?
All right, we're doing okay.
Okay.
We're doing all right.
Chris is just servicing this Bowser chassis. It's had new brake cables, it's had all the drums have been off of it.
It's had all the new shoes as well.
New shoes?
It's had new shoes on it. Yeah.
Really? So no, what he's saying is no expense spared for our valued customers.
Expense spared.
And that tank there is going to go on the chassis, is that right?
Yes, this is the one.
So we're just servicing it. New damper there.
Yeah, it's had a new damper, it's had a new shaft as well.
And a new tube.
Yes, had a new tube.
Chris, can I just say you have to think of our profits when you do this, okay?
I realise that, but at the end of the day you have to think of the customer. And if you can't get a new tube in because the shaft's bent, then you have to cut it out.
I get that. No, I think there's one thing we generally do. I know this is not a sales ad, but we generally do try to make sure that what leaves here, to the best of our knowledge, is right. Okay. We generally do believe that. So we won't be the cheapest around, to be fair. But what hopefully you buy from us will be right. And so there we go. Right, Chris, I'm going to leave you to crack on. I don't want to slow you up. No, don't slow you up. Next. What should they say? You can't do enough for a good governor, is that right?
No, you can't do enough for the company that loves you more than your own family.
Well, what can I say? There you go. I think you spend more time with us than you do your own family anyway. Yeah. Right. Anyway, thanks, Chris.
That's all right.
Cheers. I'm hoping, as you come out in the yard, I'm hoping in my shed will be a pot of gold. Because I think there's actually almost 2 rainbows there. Paul, is there a pot of gold? Is there going to be a pot of gold in my shed?
I think it's the far shed, Michael, not this one.
There's 2 rainbows there, look.
Yeah.
So you don't think I'm that lucky then, no?
100% no. No.
You're very negative, Paul.
Go the other side of the shed.
I'm sensing negativity, Paul.
Yeah, well, it's not negative. It's just using your brain, Michael.
I know. Just
Otherwise,
I know.
the rainbow would be shining on the shed.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go.
Sorry.
He's dashed all my hopes now. I thought I'd got a pot of gold in my shed. I was getting excited there, but maybe not. Bearing in mind this is spring, we have just had an horrendous rainfall, haven't we? And strong, it's just awful. And looking at that black sky out there,
Totally different.
so I think it's time to go indoors
Yeah,
and put YouTube on. What do you reckon, Paul?
for sure. Yeah.
What are you going to watch on YouTube, Paul?
I'm
No, don't answer that. Don't answer
shower
that.
first. That's the priority. Shower first. Then I'll see what Michael's put on.
See what I've been up to. That's what all they all do is they all check out what I've been doing by watching YouTube. So it's a bit of a giveaway, really. Anyway, right, I'm going indoors. Right, anyway, thanks everybody for watching my video. Please click and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. And we're going to nip home because it's going to rain. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.